Hello, my fellow Scorpios. Um, Sorry I wasn't here last week. I've been apologizing to each of these readings I'm doing. I had a lot going on. I apologize. I will try not to let that happen very often. But I am here for your reading from today through July 4th. And so without further ado, let's jump in. And you actually got an extra card today, Scorpios. Just the way it worked out. But I'm going to start you off with your overall view of the week, which was King of Summer in reverse. And this card has actually come up in several signs this week in the reverse position. And so, and I think that bears acknowledgement in many ways. It's come up in different areas, but it's been kind of almost a theme in that, sometimes people have and I think now, if we look at our world, people give a lot of opinions, right? Offer a lot of advice. And so, Scorpios, for you this week, watch out for advice. Sometimes, the King of Summer is about, giving really great advice, but in the reverse position, it's the opposite. And, sometimes people have the best of intentions. I've said this in multiple readings already this week. People don't always have bad intentions when they give us advice. They aren't meaning to have bad intentions, I don't think. But be careful. Be careful of the advice you're getting. Make sure that it's in tune to you and what's for your highest good. And just because somebody does give you advice doesn't mean you have to take it. Right? All right. Obstacles this week. You got the Prince of Winter. And the Prince of Winter is about and I think for you is there's change going on. As I'm just glancing down at your other cards, there's some shifting going on for you this week, Scorpio, in a big way. And so you're looking at quick, fast, sudden changes. And you need to be prepared for that, right? And you need to act really quickly, be decisive in and it goes back to the advice. May not be the best advice, but you need to make a decision. You need to be decisive. And if you're not, and you're listening to poor advice, that's going to be your downfall this week. So really don't hem-ha around. Don't be hem-ha around, Scorpios. Like, get your act together. Okay? And then for your advice for this week, is the Six of Winter, which is all about that change we were talking about, right? You have positive things going on. Those things are, you have been going through some troubles, things are getting better, and you are going to start seeing that in fruition this week, okay? That's why it's important for you to be decisive and watch the advice, because you could sabotage yourself real fast, right? Talked about self-sabotage a lot this week. You could self-sabotage real quickly. So make sure that you're not doing that you're making your own decisions, you're making them quickly, and that are in alignment with who you are, okay? But hand in hand with that, fairies also want you to make some new friends. I do not have that open for you. Your circle of friends and acquaintances is shifting to a higher frequency. Old friends may part ways, and new people are entering into your life. Your changing interests and priorities have made a ripple effect throughout your entire life. As your thoughts and emotions center on more spiritually natured topics, you are now attracting like-minded people into your life. You may find that you aren't as drawn to your old friends, or that you don't share as many common interests. The fairies ask you not to worry about these natural shifts in your life. You aren't rejecting or judging your old friends. You're just making room for growth and acknowledging the universal law of attraction. People who are like-minded are naturally drawn to one another. Know that you deserve wonderful friends who inspire, support, understand, and compliment you. I think that's important because, like I said, a lot of these cards are about, that transformation, and things are starting to shift for you. You're seeing this big shift. And so, and I will tell you that I have friends that I've had for years and years that I don't connect to as much as I used to at a different time in my life. And over time I have made new friends, and that's really an important thing. And I think it's important for us Scorpios because we kind of have a tendency to like to be alone. We have a tendency to kind of like to be, all judgmental and rip things apart because that's our nature. But we all need a friend, right? And so let those new people come into your life. Let that transformation happen. Kind of realize that even though it's hard to, acknowledge that some of our friends may not be around as much anymore, or we don't have as much communication anymore, and because it shifted, and it's hard. And trust me, I know it's hard. I sometimes I grieve my friends a lot, my old friends. I grieve them a lot. I miss them, but I also know that it's not the same relationship it used to be, and I have to be okay with that, and I have to make that room and that expansion for new friends. And so I think we're all kind of feeling that right now, Scorpios, and that's really going to be a key factor this week for you. And you ended up with two chakra cards, and which I thought was super interesting because it ties in with your shift. And the first one is transformation. It's a soul star chakra card, and it says you're becoming a lighter and easier version of yourself now, and your transformation is clear for all to see. Focus your attention and intention on sharing what you have learned with others, and remember that as you ascend, you lead the way for those not yet at your level of awareness or development. If you feel called, teach. Honor that calling. Your very being is both a mirror and an example, inspiring others to carry on with grace. Pink sapphire is the stone, and rose is the herb. And and that's true, right? Because as you're shifting, and I feel the Scorpios really, that's really playing heavy. That's a really not heavy, but that's the really strong energy this week for you, Scorpios. And so as you're shifting, remember that, as you shift to that higher frequencies, it is incumbent upon you to reach out and help others, and lead by example, right? And the second chakra card you got was the crown chakra, and it is highest path. You are a child of the divine, here to manifest your path and service on earth. Use your keen intuition and natural psychic gifts to follow your heart's desires. Your inherent wisdom is a gift of the Akashic record. Use it to guide you in the direction of your intended evolution. Be willing to release anything that prevents your progress, including old beliefs and behaviors. You are attuned with the universe. Believe in yourself and be disciplined as your path unfolds. And the crystal for that is charoite, and spikenard is the herb. Again, does that play out with the rest of the cards here for you? It's like, for us, I should say, for us, right? Like we're shifting into a higher vibration. We're shifting into that path of service, and even though we don't necessarily want to, there are things that we have to release that are no longer in alignment with us, and that can be difficult. And so, but it can also be a beautiful thing, especially when we make room for what is in alignment, right? When we expand and give that allowance, right? And your intention card is burning to release. Like, I release the past with gratitude for the gifts of wisdom and beauty it offered. I'm ready for a new chapter to begin in my life. As I gently release energies of the past, I create space for what is to a new, what it, Try that again. As I gently release energies of the past, I create space for what is new to unfold. And the stone for that is bronzite, and creosote is essential oil. And isn't that exactly what I've been talking about this whole time? Like, you're shifting, and so you need to release. But release it with gratitude, right? A couple other readings I was talking about releasing things, and it's not always easy. It's not always what we want. It's not. I mean, it's like, because we're 3D individuals living on this planet, we're like, but wait a minute, I don't want to let go of that. I don't want to change that. I don't want to see that shift happen. Right? Sometimes we try to fight it. But set the intention. Be willing to release. Be willing to release what's in your highest good. And also to allow those new energies in. Because that's kind of been the theme here, right? You have new energies coming in, you have old energies going out, and you have to let those transpire. And universal love is the other intention. I receive love from all directions and trust that the love I seek is already on its way. My intention is to be open to love in all its forms. Love easily finds me, and I make a good home for love within my body, mind, and spirit. And the soul for that is rose quartz, and the essential oil is rose damai. And let me tell you, if you've never smelled rose damai, it's heaven on earth. And so again, it's setting the intention that you're willing to receive that new love, that new, in all forms, from all directions, coming into your life. Don't sabotage it, Scorpio. And trust your inner ding. Just saying. You were born with an inner knowing, what Louise Hayes calls your inner ding. Listen to it and let it guide your actions. Just saying. As a Scorpio, and I know I've been shifting, and I've seen it, and I've had to do some releasing, and I've had to do some letting go, and I've had to do some, expansion work, letting myself expand into a new way of being. And in all honesty, and I don't know about the rest of you, I can look back at myself even 5 years ago and go, I don't even know who that person was. Like, I don't even recognize her anymore, because it's not me. It's not who I am now. And there is nothing wrong with that, Scorpio. As long as you're following your highest calling, your highest path, you're leveling up. That transformation is happening, and it's all for your highest good. And so, take a deep breath, release with love and gratitude, and accept with love and gratitude. Right? Okay. All right. Well, Scorpios, I hope you have a fantastic week. Know that I love you always. I hope you have an extremely happy 4th of July, and I'll see you next time.